If you could take as little as $3 and turn that into 6 figures, would you do it? If so, you're going to definitely want to stay tuned for today's episode. What's up, guys? Matt Weik, Weik Fitness. Thank you so much for tuning into another episode. Today, I want to talk about, I guess you could call it continuing education or improving or enhancing a skill set or certain responsibilities that you have at your job or your business. And the whole premise is, how much are you willing to spend to 5x, 10x, whatever multiple your current business or salary or income? Here's the interesting thing, and this is, where I have hands-on experience. I've seen it happen not only in my own life, but in the life of those who, give me feedback from the stuff that they utilize that I provide. And that is, if you could take, say, $3 or $5, heck, let's say $10,000, whatever the case may be, and if you could produce a multiple of that, it's well worth your investment, right? So here's an interesting fact, and I think the problem is that people perceive value based off of price versus where the value is actually coming from itself. Let me explain. I have over 10 ebooks out now. I have audio books. I have 30-day challenges. Everything. The people who invest the $2.99, or if I put it on sale, even less than that, into some of the ebooks and programs that I have out, even if you get one little tidbit of information, let's say you're super smart on the topic and you just get one piece of information from that $2.99 investment, you're going to make your money back. People look at things these days and they're like, oh my gosh, well, if I'm going to spend $1,000 for this, it has to be an amazing value. I hate when people put a price on value. Yes, you have to put a price on something that's of value, but just because somebody puts out an ebook or a webinar or a course and they price it a certain way, shouldn't really, point you in either direction of this is either really good or it's really bad based off of the price. It's price is a variable of what somebody's going to be willing to pay for something. So if you don't make a ton of money and $1,000 for a program seems expensive to you, somebody else might look at that and say $1,000 for that type of information. Holy smokes, I'm going to invest in that right away because I know that if I get something from this, I can multiply, that investment and create more income for myself. And that's what I've been finding with a lot of, and this is going to sound like a shameless plug, but, this goes for everyone, not just, my content and my programs. But, I can only speak, on myself because I've seen it firsthand. That's why I've created these types of, audiobooks and ebooks and different platforms that you can utilize from my website, is that if you just get, heck, you don't even have to pay anything. You can use YouTube videos or different blog posts. You can get valuable information from anything. That's why I love watching YouTube. That's why I love reading people's blogs, because if I can get just one little tidbit of information from that, even if it was a 5-minute read, a 10-minute read, maybe it was just a couple days that it took me to read a book or listen to an audio book. If I gain any type of knowledge that I can improve my personal skill set and apply that to my business or my writing or my personal training or my nutrition consulting or my brokering, business development, whatever the case may be, if I can take just one tidbit of information and apply that and make money off of it, I make my money back. So the question comes down that I want to ask you is, how much are you willing to invest in yourself if you knew that you can make more money because of that exact investment. So let's say you have problems reaching your goals, or maybe you have trouble, say, losing weight. Like, I have multiple books on both of those topics. You can literally spend $2.99, get all of the information that you need, apply that to your life, your business, your job, your career, and hit, your goals, whether it's financial or physique or weight loss or whatever the case may be. I want people to understand that every price tag has value, regardless of how small or how large that price tag is. Personally, I price my stuff super low because I want everyone to be able to afford it. To be honest, my stuff should be way more expensive. I'm talking the books that I have out with the information that's in them should be well over $100. I could take those and create courses out of them and probably sell for close to $1,000, if not more. But, I do this because, let's face it, there's no money in books. And if any of you are an author and you put out books because you like to write. You're not doing it for the money, because there's certainly no money in books unless you're somebody like a Stephen King or these big time, 6-figure per book authors. You're just not going to make money like them. So I do it because I find value, and when I learn something on my own, I figure out a way to improve my life, my business, my health, and I put that into an audiobook or an ebook. I want you guys to take something away from that at a super low price. And again, it's some people are greedy and they want to charge a ton of money for that type of so-called, and this is air quotes, value. And that's fine. More power to them. But I know that I can reach more people. And if you follow me for any amount of time, if you're listening to this, you probably read some of my content on my website, or a link that goes to another website of an article that I wrote for a third-party site, whatever the case may be. You know how I roll. I want to bring the value. I want to get you guys the results. I want to help you out as much as I can. That's just what I do. So that's why I put this type of information out there. So again, let's circle back. Look at your life right now. What are the various areas that you feel that you could improve? Is it your overall life? Is it your health? Is it your nutrition? Is it your fitness level currently? Is it you have zero goals? You have no idea how to set goals. Maybe it's your productivity is terrible. Maybe, you're looking to become an entrepreneur and you want to find out different ways on how to be successful as, a solopreneur, or maybe you have a small business, whatever the case may be. I want you to utilize the materials that I have out there to help you. And in the description below, if you're watching this on YouTube, if you're listening on a podcast or my website, obviously you would just have to go directly to my website and click on audiobooks or ebooks. But the bottom line here is, stop looking at things as, oh my gosh, look at the price tag on that, or oh man, I don't want to pay that amount of money. That's almost like the glass half full or half empty. You look at the price tag and you're either saying, wow, that's expensive, or you're looking at it as, wow, that's an amazing investment. And that's how I want you to look at it. I want you to look at it as, wow, if I can get information for $3, $5, $10, $100, $10,000, whatever, but I can produce an extra $10,000 a year if I learn a certain skill set, or I learn how to plan out my goals, if I learn how to strategize, if I learn how to grow my, startup, or how to become an entrepreneur and have a side hustle, or, how much better I would feel if I lost 25 pounds and I'm able to run with my kids and see them grow up, and the peace of mind that gives me to know that I'm going to live a healthier life, a longer life, have longevity, not be confined to a wheelchair, not be able to walk, have trouble getting out of bed, get some type of disease. And again, I'm not saying that my books, my articles, or others that are out there on the market or in the space, can prevent any of those things. And I'm going to be completely transparent. You can read my work, any of it, whether it's health, fitness, nutrition, business, finances, goal setting, productivity, whatever the case may be, entrepreneurship, business. You can read that and nothing can happen. But generally that only happens if you don't do anything. In order for something to work, you need to work. So, you can't read my book or another book that's out there, or my article or another article that's out there, whatever the case may be, and just because you read it, instantly be like, wow, I'm going to lose weight now, or wow, I'm going to 10x my business, whatever the case may be. That's not a sure thing. It's all about execution. So if you aren't able to go out there and execute on what you've read, what you've learned, what you've watched, then don't expect anything to change. So the best takeaway that I can give you is look at the areas of your life that you want to make an improvement, that you want to be better at. Maybe it's a skill set. Maybe it's you're trying to increase your income to give you some more flexibility from a financial standpoint. Maybe you're trying to pay off debt. Maybe you're trying to create financial freedom for yourself so you can spend more time at home, spend more time with your family, go on vacation with your kids, buy the things that you've always wanted to buy. And it doesn't have to be a materialistic thing. Maybe it's, hey, I want to get out of this 1-bedroom house because I have 3 kids and they're sleeping on the bed and I'm sleeping on the floor, and I'd do anything to get out of the situation that I'm in currently. Whatever the case may be, look at your own life. There are so many different possibilities that you could utilize, some type of furthering education. So, stop looking at the price tag on things and look at the value. If I could learn this skill, if I could learn this one thing, what value would that bring to my life? Would I be able to get a return on my investment? So again, that comes down to the individual. You might say, if I read this book or if I follow this program and it's $10,000, am I going to make that $10,000 back? Do I have the will and the determination and the consistency to put in the time and effort to make my money back? And if that answer is no, then obviously that value isn't there. You're not going to want to spend $10,000 on a program. But if you can look at it and say, okay, here's a $3 or $2.99 or $5 or $10, whatever the case may be, for what you're looking at, can I make my money back? Or is there enough value that I'd be willing to spend that amount of money? If you spend $10 to lose 25, 50, 100 plus pounds, is it worth it? Is it worth reading a book on entrepreneurship or business at $2.99 if it can make you an extra $10,000, $25,000, $50,000, $100 plus $1,000 a year? Would you spend $2.99 on that? I mean, it's almost like guaranteeing that things are going to progress in the right direction as long as you can execute. And most books, it's literally an outline for you to follow. Here's what you need to do: X, Y, Z. Do it in this order. This is how you do it. This is how you do this, how you do this, how you do this. And if you follow it and execute and your follow through is there, most likely you're going to win. So that's really what I want you guys to get from this podcast is stop looking at the value based off of the price tag. Just think of the overall value as a whole, not how much it's going to cost. So if you can recoup your money, you get a great return on your investment, especially at a low price point. I mean, that's a no-brainer. I can't tell you how many people have purchased my books and they say, Matt, I just bought your book for $2.99. Why are you selling it for that? I've gained so much knowledge and value from what you put in this book, I would have easily paid $20 for this book, or I would have paid $10 for this book all day long. And then they recommend it to their friends, and then I get feedback from their friends saying, Matt, I love what you put in this book. It really helped me. I never thought of things this way or that way, and it brought me a ton of value. So, again, kind of a shameless plug, but again, I don't have sponsors. I don't make money off of my podcast. So if you want to learn something new, please head over to my website, click on the store, and there you're going to see a whole bunch of different things. There's audiobooks, ebooks, a 30-day challenge. And that 30-day challenge, most people are giving away 30-day challenges for free. And you know what? The retention rate and the actual completion rate of those programs are absolutely horrendous. We're talking single digits. Why? Because there's no perceived value. If you get it for free, if I stop doing it or I give up, who cares? I didn't spend any money on it. That's exactly how people think. But if you spend money on it and you're like, man, I spent X amount of dollars on this, I need to follow through, then that has a perceived value to it. So, head over to my website. There's a ton of stuff. If you want to buy something, great. If you don't want to buy something, great. I understand. There's tons of free information that I put out there as is. But if you want to support me and there's a topic that you want to learn about, please, by all means, grab one of the audiobooks or one of the ebooks and let me know what you think of it. Send me an email. Message me on social media. It's at Weik Fitness everywhere. If you're on the website, click contact and then just fill out the little form, and then I'll get an email in my inbox from you. I would love to hear, what value I brought you, whether it's from my content or my articles, audiobooks, ebooks, 30-day challenge, whatever the case may be. I want to help you change your life in one way or another, whether it's on a health, fitness, nutrition side or it's the business entrepreneurship side. So if I can ever be of assistance, please, please, please don't hesitate to reach out and let me know. If I can help you, I definitely will. If I can't help you, I'm going to try and point you in the right direction to get you the information that you need. But that's really all I got for this week. Literally everything that I do with the podcast is off the cuff. I sat down, I turned the mic on, and before I hit the record button, I'm like, man, what do I want to talk about? And I was just thinking about the value that I got from various YouTube videos and audiobooks that I've listened to over the last few weeks. And I thought, that'll be a great topic to talk about. So I hope you guys found something informative and of value in this actual episode. But I hope you guys having a fantastic day. I hope you have a great rest of your week and weekend. And I hope to see you guys on the next episode.